Hey folks, this is Mickey G. You know, as you get past age 65, you often ask yourself, where did the years go? And this is also the time in life when you start to wonder, well, how many years do I have ahead of me? Well, Rodney and I talk about that and other stuff in this edition of Old Fools Talking Old School.
That's it there, man. So yeah, we're gonna do a few little things around here. My thing is I'm so not willing because even my room up here, man, I want to change the carpet, because it's been in here since. But I'm looking at all this, I'm like, I am not moving a damn thing. We'll just have to keep this is my room anyway. Hell, no, I ain't changing that. I got to looking one day up here. I said, okay, well, we can do that. Where can I put this and where can I? Oh man, I'm like, no, I ain't finna haul all this up and down the stairs.
Yeah, that's always the thing that you think about when you gotta get stuff like that done. You gotta move all that stuff in and out, or you have to pay them a
Yeah,
lot of money to do it in and out. Then you gotta sign all these waivers. Well, if we break this or do
yeah.
this or that, we're not responsible. Or you can move it yourself, but if we move it, we ain't responsible for any damage may occur and stuff. So yeah, that's always
hmm
a bit of a deterrent when you look at all the stuff you got to move to get stuff like that done.
Yes, sir. That's like up here when we had the house repainted, and it's like, well, Mr. Turner, what people normally do is they rent those storage units in the driveway. I said, well, that ain't happening here, Captain.
Right.
I am not. It's a good idea, but I am not moving all that. You know. I said, so do y'all do that too? Is that a part of this price I'm paying you to paint the house? No, that's not it. I'm like, okay, well, all that's going in the center of the room. Y'all just paint the outside because I am not moving that. So that's exactly what we did. That's when that old load master came out in me. I put it all in the front, in the middle, and just they covered it with plastic. I said, okay, now we cook it with grease. Because the most I got to move is a little bit that way and a little bit that way. Oh, yeah, man. I ain't finna do that. Even with the stuff down in the other rooms and moved it to the center of the room. And that was a task in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's the way we were when we had our floors redone in the den and the dining room. We had to take all that stuff out. And fortunately, we got everything either in the garage or in the kitchen area. We were able to get it out of there.
Mhm.
But moving that china cabinets and tables and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but like I say, that was back a number of years ago when, once again, I was a lot younger than I am now. I tend to be more persuaded by, do you want to go and break your back and be dead tired for two,
Right.
3 days, or come up with the cash and have somebody else do it? I tend now to more gravitate toward, I'll just say pay somebody to have them do it.
Yes,
I
indeed.
I ain't as young as I used to be. I'll pay somebody to have it done now.
Well, I'm a consumer. That's what I tell folks. I'm a consumer. I ain't finna gonna require me to be sore for the next 3 or 4 days. And how much does that cost? How much you do that for? Yeah, I ain't. I I I got what, maybe 8 bushes down there in the landscaping. I was talking to my yard guys. Hey man, he never did give me an estimate though. Now that I think about it, give me an estimate on how you to trim them things. Maybe y'all need to trim them every other time or something. And cause I was sitting down, and then of all things, my son gave me a AFES gift certificate for Father's Day.
Mhm.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, son, thank you, I appreciate it, which I do. I didn't want to say nothing, but the amount of money he gave me, I said, there ain't a BX that I can buy. this is gonna be uh Dove soap and deodorant for the next year and a half, you know. I said,
Oh,
man, you know, so I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to act like I didn't appreciate it.
right, right.
I was like, so then I was thinking about because I done lied to myself. Oh, it don't take nothing. I can get out there, trim them hedges. That ain't nothing, you know. So I'm gonna go over there so I can spend the bulk of it on at least one thing. You know what I mean? To get
Right,
it, get
right.
it out of the way. So I went over there and checked on the hedge trimmer. You know, I'm still back in the 80s, I guess. I'm thinking hedge trimmer, you know, $100. $261. And man, I was like, because I was gonna get one of them big ones. And even the little ones was cost more than what I wanted to pay for.
Right.
So I got a little old I can't even think of the name of it. It was green. I bought that thing when I lived in base housing at Lackland. Hey, that sucker's been running good ever since. The only thing is it is electric. I was
Right.
like, so I went over there. I was going, yeah, I'm gonna go over here and get it because I thought it was the Lowe's because he usually give me a Lowe's card, you know. And he gave me that card. I was like, Ron, I'm gonna go over to Lowe's. I think I'm gonna pick up a hedge trimmer. She said, are you using the money Lynn gave you? I said, yeah. She said, that was an AFES card. I said, AFES? I mean, damn. I looked at it. Man, I walked all through that BX. It ain't here I want or need, you know. And so I did find one by the walk, and it was a larger one, and I would have had to add some money onto it. And I thought about it. I was just about to do it. Then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, why are you buying this? You're going to trim them hedges maybe once or twice, and that's going to be sitting up just like some other she got back there. I got a power washer I bought 2 years ago, still in the box out there in my shed. You know, I was like, are you really going to use this? That's one time I analyzed. I said, let me think about this if I really want to get this, you know, for something that I ain't going to use that often. And so I came up with mine. I said, well, hell, that other one is still working from Lackman. I just use that, you know. Hell, it ain't like I got a whole yard of trimming to do.
Right.
So now I'm gonna have to. I told Rodney, I said, I guess I'm gonna have to keep this card in my pocket. So every time I buy some deodorant or to take some of it off of there, you know. I was even telling her, you need to use it. You be over there buying that sportswear stuff. So, but yeah, that man, these dang BXs have turned into nothing, man. You can't find nothing in them.
Well, I ain't been in a BX in so long. They got that little one down there at Arnold that ain't much bigger than a shopette, you know, and we go down there to commissary just every once in a blue moon now. We don't even go once a year anymore. We used to go at least twice a year to the case lot sales.
Yeah,
And they got a little like I say, I call it a shopette more than a BX. I go in there and look around and stuff. Of course, most of their stuff they want you to order it, and they'll
yeah.
order it from, and they'll send it from Fort Campbell and places like that. But they ain't got hardly nothing in there either. But I haven't been in a true full size BX and I don't know when now.
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you, they ain't about la di da. They ain't like what we used to be in there. They don't carry nothing. They don't carry the black man shaver no more. They said, well, you know, you can order it online. I'm like, well, hell, I
Hmm.
know that, but
Yeah.
I want it now, you know. And you go, there just really ain't nothing in there. To be perfectly honest with you, they got these clothes. They have closed. What is it? That Columbia and
Hmm. Hmm.
what's the other one? Rosin just mentioned today. She's in there. Oh, that's what I say. She go over there. She buys all that active wear stuff. You know. She bought some stuff today, and I don't buy nothing out of there. I mean, I can't really think of nothing. Actually, I don't even know where I go. I think it's just habit and somewhere to go. You know.
Yeah.
And I might buy some cologne out of there or something every once in a while. But there really ain't nothing. They ain't got no music no more. So, nothing.
Yeah. Well, they said years ago that the BXs were starting to have some issues, especially with some of the discount store like Walmart and those
Yeah.
kind of, you could get a good a deal at those places you could at the BX. Of course, you have to count in the tax savings and that kind of thing. But they were saying, you could do just as well at places like, Walmart and stuff. And of course, that
Oh yeah.
generated that discussion about, why do we even need them then? Why don't we just give folks a little bit more money and just let them go down
Mhm.
to Walmart and places instead of having these BXs and having to pay the employees and A fees and all that kind of stuff. But like I say, it's been so long since I've been in one. I just noticed, seemed like, when we first came in, there wasn't as much of the designer kind of brands in there as
Right.
there is longer, I stayed in. Seemed like you go in, you found more, Nike and Adidas and those kind of name brand stuff where they didn't seem like they had that much early on.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff really wasn't that much cheaper. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having Nike if you can get it at the BX for, half of what you pay somewhere else, but it wasn't like that.
No.
You might save a few pennies, but that's about it.
And it's still not like that, man. I can't think. Oh, she was saying that North Face stuff.
Right,
She
right.
says, "Why do they carry all this mess in here? It's all expensive and stuff." Because I was looking on one rack at some shorts, and they had Old Navy tag on it, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Boy, they got a hodgepodge of a bunch of expensive stuff. Might as well go over there and buy it right off base. They got more of a selection."
Right,
And
right.
so yeah, I don't frequent it too much. Well, that's a lie. I go over there, but it's more like I'm getting some steps in because I walk around. I'll generally buy a computer over there. I bought a laptop over there a few years ago, but I'm even starting to not do that because I had a television to go out a couple of weeks ago, and I went over there. They've always got a bunch of TVs out there for sale. There's some reasonable prices, but all them TVs are coming down now
Mhm.
in price. But theirs is they seem to always have last year's or year before last model. They don't have a current year model. I'm not that big of I don't differentiate in the television that much, as long as it's got a good picture. But I'm like, well, what if I wanted this year's model? And so the last few TVs I done bought, well, I don't remember buying one out of BX in a long time because I just go to Best Buy and get them, and that's where I went and got this one, the BX. I looked through all their televisions; they were like an older model, and like I said, all the prices are down, even at Best Buy.
Mhm.
So I generally buy over there, and for the main reason is for I got that all tech for all of our electronics, and it covers my boys and us. So everything we buy electronic, it goes onto that. So if you needed service, they come out and service it. And BX, you on your own when you buy it out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's
I know
why.
when I would it seem like whenever I go out and I'm looking at TVs and things like that, I'm like, is there really that many different model numbers on what looks like the same
Oh,
exact TV? You go
serious.
out there, you go, blah, 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 XYZ. Well, you got blah, 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 XYX. You got blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait a minute. Can it really be that? And what's the big difference? I go out there and try to understand the difference of why this one is more expensive than that one. And that model year thing comes up. Well, that was last year's model. That's why it's a little bit cheaper than this year. Okay, I understand that. But other than that, he'll talk about, well, this one's got a refresh rate of blah, blah, blah. And this one has a refresh rate. And I'm thinking to myself, does that really make a difference? Do I even know what that is?
Right.
Kind of
Exactly.
thing. But boy, just so many different models out there that for the same size TV, there
Yep.
may be 6 or 7 different models because this one's got this one got that one, this one doesn't have that. And then you got to decide, well, is that really important to me to pay a little bit extra?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, man. Well, it's all those little things they want to add to make you, you got these electronic geeks out here who have to have the latest and the greatest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they change their computers every year because oh, it doesn't have this knob. So I just want a good product so I can hold on to it for about 15 years. And the only thing I'm and again, is because it was all up there and we could see it. It had the prettiest picture and uh uh but I bought a LG and it's got a good sound system already on it. All my TVs that I got in here, Samsung and what I got something else. I had to put them speakers on it.
Mm-hmm.
Put
Mm-hmm.
them Bose on it because it all just sound like mono. And but this little old TV down there, hell, I think about swapping it up here for my but I have to go out and buy them Bose systems to put on there to make it have a quality sound. So
Yeah. And I think we've got those sound bars or those on just about every TV we got. You know, we got them on ours and stuff. And I was laughing yesterday. I was looking at my Facebook feed. Somebody had something on there about something like, well, if you are of age, you'll know what this is. And it was an old sound system. It had a separate amp and
mhm,
tuner. It had
mhm.
a turntable. It had a reverb. It had a reel to reel stereo. I said, "Yeah, boy, does that bring back memories?"
I'm
But
telling you.
yeah, that thing was stacked up there, all them different components and things. I said, I said, you ask somebody, they probably don't even know what a reverb is.
Hell no.
Uh,
Hell, I'm sitting here looking at 3 of them stacked up over there.
Well, I still got my system upstairs too. I got my
Yeah,
my amp and tuner. I got my CD player. I even got a cassette player up there.
yeah,
I've got my stuff. I got it upstairs too. But
yeah. It's a
but
piece of furniture now,
yeah,
you know?
it's just sitting there. Like you
Yep.
say, it's just sitting there. But yeah, I saw that. I said, yeah, boy, does that bring back memories? I remember when I had that big reverb. I mean, that big reel to reel Sony reel to reel in my room in the dorm. And I'm like, it was just as hot as fire. I said, some people don't come in there. Yeah, that reel to reel costs more than probably 2 or 3 months of my paycheck. But yeah, they had all that, and I swear I never filled a full reel on any one of those reel to
No,
reels I ever
man.
had. That's like what 8, 10, 12 hours worth of music.
Yes, sir.
Because they recorded on both sides of the tape.
Yeah.
I never filled one of them reels up.
Hell no. And then on top of that, even if you did, or even however much music you put on there, what you want to hear ain't what's there at the time. You still spend half time rewinding
Yeah,
or fast forwarding, trying to get to some jams, 'cause
what you want to listen to?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because when you recorded it, it was sort of the way you wanted it. But
yeah,
when you got ready to listen to it, it wasn't in
yeah.
the order that you want. Yeah,
I'm like,
I
damn.
remember that too. Trying to go fast. That little re sound it would
Yeah,
make as it's going back and forth.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's amazing how time has flown by and things have changed so much. I sit up here sometimes and think, man, 66, 67 years old. And what was it? It was something came on the other day and it was talking about, well, in 10 years. And I was like, huh, 10 years. 77, I'll be Trump's age.
yeah. I think about the same thing. When things like that, at one point didn't even grab your attention.
Right.
Now, when people talking 10 years and stuff like that, I mean, me and Man was talking about, when we moved here, this next year, it'll be, 20 years since we've been back here. And I'm like, 20 years. And I'm thinking, is there 20 more years out there
Yeah.
ahead of us?
Hey,
That'd be pushing that envelope a lot,
yes, sir.
a whole lot to think about 20 more years ahead of you.
That's a
But,
whole lot past three
yeah,
score and 10.
yeah, and I'm like, back then when we first moved here, you say, "Hey, you're gonna be that 20-year old. That ain't no big deal." But
Yeah.
now
So
things
like,
have changed.
yes, sir. Like the little dude was talking about, well, sir, if you do this, it'll last for a lifetime. I said, well, hell, if you'd have told me that 30 years ago, I might have taken some credence to that. And you start being realistic about it, it's we more on the downside than we are on the upside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
You know,
That's for sure.
I think
Just
about that. I think about that too, man. When you start talking about 10 years from now, and then you look at some people and see uh, how quick their health deteriorates. You're fine, then all of a sudden you're not fine. So that's why I've adopted I try to enjoy whatever, because nothing is promised. I look at Roz's mom. She was just fine. Seemed like not long ago, and
mhm.
that deterioration, man, just
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened with my uncle. Like you say, it wasn't that much long ago that he was up and doing things. We were going going getting his car he decided he wanted and all that kind of stuff, and now, it just seemed like he just a shell of himself. So
right. That's right.
uh, you just you don't know.
You
You
don't.
just don't know.
We certainly don't. Well, it's just like today. Well, Robin said, I was just got to come to grips that I can't do the stuff that I used to. I said, yeah, I think I've come to that a long time ago. But, she was like, uh, we buy water at Sam's because I like them 20-ounce bottles of water. And you got to bring that, you load it in the cart, then you got to load it in the truck. And so we got home. She said, are you going to leave that in the truck? I said, well, I think I am. uh, we can't do the things we used to do, but
No, we can't.
I went ahead and powered through with it and the only reason I did, because I don't want to go out there tomorrow and do it. I said, girl, while I'm out here, let's go. I'm going to go and get it. She even went over there and I said, don't grab that thing, girl. You can't pick that mess up. Well, she said, no, I want to help you do this. I said, well, you let that be your last one. I said, I don't need you down because when I go down, I'm going to need you to put some cold packs on me.
Yeah, I tell you, same way. Even though your mind wants to tell you that you can
Yep,
still do it, your body will let you know real quick that you can't still do it.
that's right. That is totally right, man. And it's really frustrating, man, to sit there and know what you used to could do versus what you can do now.
Yeah.
And I never, I ain't gonna say I never, but you think you can deal with certain parts of your body that might be out, but you need all of it. Boy, God knew exactly what he was doing. This all works hand in hand. Uh, uh, you would think, okay, a knee problem wouldn't be that bad, but it's just like when her mom fell. She didn't want me to get behind her to pick her up, but that was the safest way to pick her up. Plus, I needed to be square in front of her because I couldn't just like pivot on that knee,
Hmm.
kind of thing. And it's just always something, man. And you need everything you got.
Yeah. And just little, like I say, little movements you make or little thing that, you never even thought about before. You get that pain. It's like, oh man, what am I done? Have I tore something or sprained something or whatever, and
Yep.
just doing little simple things, and I know, like I say, there's things that you do that you shouldn't be doing. And you pay for it, but it's just them little things that just sometimes just the common everyday movements you make and just walking or just doing something, And it's like, oh man. So yeah, it's all part of it, man. You
Yeah.
just as they say, I guess considering the alternative,
Yeah.
it's better than not being able to feel the aches and pains. But
That's
I
true.
tell you, it definitely lets you know you ain't the young person you used to be.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. And like I say, I reserve myself to uh uh just trying to enjoy and be happy because you don't never know what's gonna be taken from you.
Uh, uh, when you hear those kind of stories of accidents and things, and there was a story I was reading the other day. This guy, they out on vacation down on the beach. The kids got in the water, and that rip current came through.
Yeah.
And he went out
Yeah.
there to try to save them, and and died. Trying doing the right thing. One of them kind of things you probably don't even think twice about. And you're out there, in the water, and it just and and lost his life.
Yep.
It's just you never know. Yeah.
That's right. That's what happened to I was just reading about him the other day. His name was Joe something. He played running back for Kansas City Chiefs. He's from down there in Port Arthur, I think it is. That's where he's from. Anyway, he lost his life trying to save somebody. At the time, wasn't nobody talking about the rip current, but that had to be what it was because they said he was a good swimmer.
Yeah. 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 And that's the thing about them. I mean, when the time we spent down there in Florida, they always talked about that being such a hazard, and how people who were very good, strong swimmers
Right,
lost their lives because they tell you don't try to fight it. You just let it take you where it's going to take you, and then when it lets you go, then you swim out.
right.
But your common reaction is to try to fight and try to swim through it. And
Mhm.
they said that's what gets you every time. It tires you out and you just gone then. Where if you just sort of float along with it, don't fight it, you have a far better chance. But I never had to worry about that because I never got out there in the water.
I hear you,
I,
bro.
might, I might stick my foot in there when the wave came up on the sand.
Yes, sir.
People getting out there like you don't know if your next step is going to take you 30 feet down and stuff. No,
Yep. And you
no,
don't
no,
know what's
no,
in there that might drag
no.
you down.
Yeah. No, we didn't do that. We, like I said, we'd go to the edge and let the waves come in, even when the girls were small, and let the water go up on their feet and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
going walking all out, out in that water and stuff, and not knowing how far out you can go and stuff, and what's out there, like you said, nope, didn't have to worry about that.
I'm telling you, because man, I ain't got no daredevil in me. I'm looking for safety first on everything. No, we ain't finna do that, and especially these days now, the way I don't know if it's the weather and tornadoes and hurricanes and then sent these crocs and everything all over the place. I don't think there's a safe body of water that you can say ain't nothing in there.
Oh no. Oh no.
These damn uh, crocodiles and the other thing, that's a croc and alligator.
Alligator. Yeah.
Yeah, they different, but they still the same as far as I'm concerned. Like a snake. Yeah, it's a snake. I don't give a damn. I ain't trying to identify what it is. Uh,
Same way.
but I was on my hometown newspaper thing before they got crazy trying to charge you to inquire on that. They had not far from Ross's mama's damn house. They showed an alligator walking down 71. Man, that sucker was damn near wider than one lane of the road. He been out there eating something because people didn't think there was nothing out there. Plus all them deers and stuff down there. But that sucker was huge. We ain't never had no alligators down there. I saw another little short film they had down there at the lake that we used to go to. And at the spillway, you could see the croc swimming towards the spillway. I was like, damn. And inland Texas, there ain't no crocodile supposed to be there.
Yeah, you might ask where have the years gone, but they're just that. They're gone. You have to make the best of what lies ahead. And I hope everybody is doing that. Hope you enjoyed this edition. Join us next time. Until then, this is Mickey G. Peace.